Andres, you may begin.
Good evening, everyone. Today I will be talking about AMSC, the Army Medical Service Corps, and how you can be the help to humanity. Have you ever wondered how you can live a meaningful life and have a career with purpose? Or maybe even go to school for free? Well, today I'm going to be answering that. Not only that, but I'm also going to be telling you a couple of stories that have to do with the Army Medical Service Corps. Now, you might see this image right here and just think, oh, Andrew Garfield, right? Well, that is him, but it is him portraying Desmond Doss in May 5th, 1945, Okinawa. Desmond Doss selflessly saved a vast amount of people. I'll show you that number in just a moment. But over the course of 12 hours, he alone stayed overnight in the middle of a battlefield, just taking people down one by one with no protection at all. Think about how selfless that is and how meaningful his life must have been to all of those that he saved. Now, when you think of a meaningful career, what could be more meaningful than saving the world? If you join the Army, you'll definitely have a sense of purpose. You'll be with the brotherhood, sisterhood as well, and there's no way you will not have pride in what you do after you see the amount of things that the Army has done for other people. Seventy-five is the number of people that Desmond Doss saved, according to Elizabeth Blairwood with NPR News. That's 75 families that could have had no one returning home to them. Now think about it. How would you feel if your brother, your father, your mother, just someone close to you died at war? And it was because people had the opportunity to save them, but they were too scared to do it. Well, Desmond Doss wasn't one of the few that was drafted. He was one of the volunteers. And that is why I'm seeking y'all today to see if you can volunteer to step up in life and do something to fulfill your goals. Now, those questions that I asked earlier, I kind of already had the answer to them. In a survey I did to this class, 100% of you did answer saying that you wanted your career to have a purpose. And if I do recall, a couple months back, most of you actually said you were trying to get into a healthcare profession, if I'm not mistaken. Anyone? Yes? Yes. Well, the Army has not only saved over 20,000 people in Afghanistan, soldiers specifically, countless more civilians. This is just the soldiers right here. And that's according to Robert Berthelot with the U.S. Army himself. Over 50,000 soldiers provided natural disaster relief during Hurricane Katrina. That wasn't too long ago. You might have not lived through it. I personally didn't. I was from California. But Mr. Jesse, you were around that time, right?
Yep.
And as many know, just over history, you've probably learned about it, and it was terrible. Now, of those 50,000 soldiers, the vast majority were actually just people trying to make it through college, reservists and National Guardsmen that volunteered to just make the commitment for 2 days a month. They didn't really want a part of the full life, and yet they ended up saving thousands and thousands of people with medical professionals and also the others that the Army provides. In COVID-19, the White House actually activated 1,000 either doctors, just medical soldiers, all kind of spread out through the United States to help with COVID-19. Sorry, I keep on getting too excited. And that's why C. O'Brien with Military Times. Now, according to a pamphlet given to me by an Army recruiter himself, there's actually a scholarship called the F. Edwards Herbert Armed Forces Health Professions Scholarship. Kind of long name, but it's very deserving for it. It has very great benefits. So if you actually plan on ever having anything to do with those right there, medicine, dentistry, veterinary psychology, optometry, or nursing, this provides you a full ride scholarship. And not only that, it actually pays you to go to school. Think about how great that can be. You get paid a monthly stipend to study, which is something that you were doing already, but you were getting charged for it, right? Now, if you're not ready for that commitment, remember what I told you about the reservists and the National Guardsmen? Well, if you join the reserves or National Guard, you can get up to $4,500 in tuition assistance. And since you are in college right now, you may have student loans. You can forgive $20,000 just upon the completion of basic training. How easy does that sound? You also get college credits. If you'd like to turn to page 24, there are going to be a lot of jobs right there that have to do with the healthcare profession. Those jobs right there give you countless of credits towards your healthcare profession, and it's not the full 4 years. You can probably knock it out in a couple of months. Not only that, but you also get to stay close to home. There's actually the training center for quite literally any of the medical professions in the Army is in San Antonio. So those months that you will be away won't really be that far away, will it? Now, do you see this person being carried over here? Imagine if we didn't have all of those volunteers that signed up. The vast majority that I told you were from the reserves and the guards that were just trying to go to college, right? But imagine if we were missing over 30,000 of those 50,000. Do you think as many lives would have been saved? Do you think as many families would be here today? That could have been the end of bloodlines right there. Now today, I've showed you the answer to your needs. A meaningful career in the Army, also being in healthcare, and the best part is that you're the one that benefits from it. I call upon you to make the choice and be all you can be, fulfill an honorable purpose, and volunteer to save lives. As stated in the Army Blue Book, for soldiers, it means they're a part of something bigger than themselves, an opportunity to make a difference in the world. So I call upon you to I call upon you to make the choice and be all you can be. I understand not everyone is allowed to serve. Some may be excluded due to medical reasons, asthma being one of them, which honestly doesn't make that much sense to me. However, I am going to give you these cards right here. Do with them whatever you want. Throw them, call the recruiter on there, give it to a friend that you think might benefit from this. But just remember, this has meaning right here. You can also go to goarmy.com to learn more about this career. It might not be for you, but remember, there are others that can benefit, as I just mentioned. Be all you can be. Join the Army.